Hey friends, I wanted to make a quick video because I am a month away from surgery. Yesterday was exactly a month. Today's 30 days, which is basically exactly a month, half the year, so we'll go with a month. Um, and I am excited and nervous and in awe and disbelief that I'm really at like an actual countdown point, which is cool. I think that this month is going to be a lot of preparing myself to be at my best for surgery, mentally, emotionally, physically, not getting sick, eating well, making sure I eat a lot of proteins, my body's ready to rebuild, working out, lifting weights, you know, relaxing, not getting so stressed that I get sick, that kind of stuff. Getting everything in order so I'm all set, so I don't feel like I'm waiting to the last minute to do anything, or I don't feel like I'm super stressed at the last minute, all that kind of stuff. But lately, I feel like every once in a while, ever since I set my date, or ever since I started thinking about it, I've had like a couple days where all I want to do in my spare time is kind of like YouTube, search YouTube or Tumblr, or just like read about other people who've had surgery, or just like other people who are out there talking about surgery, and like their experiences and what they didn't expect and that kind of stuff. And it's helpful and it's overwhelming, but I've been doing that the last couple days, and mostly to get a realistic sense in my head of what I might be in store for the first couple weeks, because I think my go-to is to be like, oh, I'm gonna have surgery, and surgery itself is gonna suck, but then I'm gonna be on the beach, and it's not gonna be like surgery, and surgery sucks for a couple days, and then I'm like perfect and shirtless on the beach. I mean, I'll always be perfect and shirtless on the beach, but I just mean having a realistic sense of like what scarring is gonna look like at first, and like that it might look kind of bruised, or like what having stitches looks like, and that there's gonna be bandages to deal with and stuff like that. And I know that I talk about the drains all the time because that's what my head is focusing on in terms of what's scary. But I just mean like that 1 month recovered isn't gonna look like what I think of when I think of recovered from surgery, and that's okay, and that's still great. So just having like a realistic sense, or like a realistic sense of what my abilities are going to be as I figure out how much time I take off of work and stuff like that. And I'm ready to take a couple weeks off at least, more if I need to, but just like not making plans. Like there are some shows I want to go to the week. I'm in Baltimore for a week, and the week after I get back to New York, there are like a couple of shows I want to go to, poetry stuff. But understanding that like I might not be able to do that because I might not want to stand on a crowded subway and get like smashed around. And I think it's also going to be really helpful that my mom is going to be there the week I'm recovering, because she's a nurse, and she is really good at not taking any of my bullshit when I'm sick. This is not the exact same thing, but this is, I think, like the most accurate, or like a really accurate description of my mom and me interacting in terms of like my body and health, is that when I was 6, losing teeth really freaked me out. Body parts shouldn't fall off. Shouldn't happen. So I had this really, really loose tooth, like dangling by a thread. Like I could have just so loose, so about to fall out. I'm sitting there in first grade, and I won't pull it out, and it starts to bleed because it's so loose. I'm sorry, this is maybe a little gross, but it's like it's such a loose tooth. All I have to do is like pluck it, it'd be gone. All I have to do is breathe too hard, and it'd be gone. But I won't pull it out. Like I'm 6 and I'm freaking out, and I won't pull it out because I'm freaking out and I'm kind of a wuss. And I'm at school and I won't eat lunch. Like I just sit there and I won't eat lunch because if I like take a bite, it starts to fall out, and I get so freaked out, I don't just like lose it in a piece of pizza. I like sit there through lunch. And when I get back from lunch recess, my mom is there because the teacher called my mom to come to school to pull out my tooth. So my mom takes me into the bathroom. She goes, "Oh, you're just being ridiculous. opens my mouth and yanks it. And I'm like, oh, is it just done yet? And she's like, I'm like, oh, just do it. Or, have you done it yet? And she like shows me the tooth. No bullshit. Probably really upset that she had to come to school, but no bullshit. And like I talked to her today, and she was talking about how like I'm gonna have to get up and be walking around, and we're gonna have to. She's gonna push me to be, recovering good and take care of myself. I don't know, so I think it'll be really helpful that she's around and a nurse and knows what she's doing and knows all my tricks, all my sick tricks. And I think also, like, just that I'm going to have two people with me, that both my girlfriend and my mom will be there, means that, like, we can all share the responsibility, and I think that'll just be, like, without one person feeling super stressed, I think that, like, we're all going to feel better. So, I'm excited and nervous. But yeah, I just, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to sort of keep it realistic. Not have too crazy expectations of myself and my body and what it can do and what it's going to need. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to update y'all every week as we get down to the wire. My surgical clearance physical is coming up in a couple weeks. I got to start weaning off tea soon, which I'm nervous about. My surgeon wants me to do 2 weeks at a half dose and then 2 weeks off, which, one part of me is like, oh, that's so extra. I don't need to do that. But with testosterone, I've been trying not to think about what other people's doses are, what other people's surgeons or physicians tell them to do, and just trust my doctors and trust that they want me to be happy in my gender identity, and they also want to take care of my body, and I need to want both those things too. So 2 weeks at a half dose it is, 2 weeks off it is, and then I'm doing 2 weeks off after surgery. Again, same thing. Nervous about it, but we'll make it. Me and my beard are gonna make it. That's how I'm counteracting that, is I'm nervous about it, so I'm not gonna shave from now until surgery. So trims, sure, but no shaves. So, and that's for me. That's how I'm taking care of myself. But yeah, that's it for now. If you have any questions or things you want to cover, let me know. Or if, anyone has any really dope staying comfy after surgery advice, let me know. I got a Netflix queue I'm working on, so yeah, it's getting close. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Have a good night.